gear! We have eyes on an ammo crate! There's an ammo crate on the eastern side of the street!
So this game didn't just come out. This is Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. We are in the post-COD world.
We're in the
now
trenches
for this year.
1 week.
We're in COD season.
Yeah.
For 2014, and everyone in this room has played COD. I played a lot of multiplayer, specifically at the review event that I went to, that Activision was so kind to send me to. So I haven't spent any time with it now that it's actually out. But the three you guys have. I did put in 2 full days of doing nothing but eating, going to the bathroom, and playing Call of Duty. And I had a good time. I gave it an 8.7. I thought it was really fun. Multiplayer was tough for me to measure because I haven't played every single COD, and I didn't play multiplayer in Ghosts, so I wasn't really sure how it evolved. But I could definitely focus on things that I thought were super, super fun. Favorite map was Terrace. Favorite mode was Uplink. That's me in Call of Duty. Well, how about you, Blair? Go. COD, what do you think?
Multiplayer is kind of the one thing I wanted to really try out because it's definitely a new control scheme, or it feels like it is anyways. I mean, you know, with the jump packs and everybody starts out being able to cross the map really quickly. And I think my first impression with that is that it fits the franticness of Call of Duty multiplayer really well. Being able to just jump across the map and go places that you wouldn't normally be able to go. First of all, now the maps are vertical as opposed to just horizontal. And there's no real reason to just spawn, throw a grenade, hope for a kill, and then go shoot things.
Did you notice that the single player guys troll jump in a couple places? Like we'll be going down the street and they'll just jump and land, and I'm like, why'd you do that?
Because it's cool, yeah. And they're super cool.
It's like you can't help but do it. Like I jump everywhere. Like if I'm just trying to get across the map, like I'm gonna find something fun to jump over because I can.
The sideways jump is really good too. They're all
guys
great.
in single player did it a couple times.
Yeah.
And the very first map when you're in Korea, watch if you're going down the street with the guys,
they're just showing
they
off.
hop a car just for fun, just because whatever.
I would absolutely do that if
For soldiers,
somebody straps that to me. I'm just going to jump over buildings for no reason.
But speed in multiplayer to me, not only in COD, but in shooters now. It's like we're now in this super fast, I want to get to that item now generation of, of just dealing with, with speed and wanting accessibility to stuff. Do you see them focusing on something, oh no, now we're going to go back to Vietnam. No, now we're going to go back to World War II. It's like, is there no turning back for COD multiplayer? Kyle Bossman?
Will we have jump packs in every game henceforth? I think no. I think next year you won't be able to do double jumps. But I think Advanced Warfare 2, absolutely, and we'll be excited to get our jump packs back. I've never put time into Call of Duty multiplayer until this game. Most of the time I ignore it. I got really into it. I started off bad. It definitely started off getting owned immediately everywhere I went, and like just put in the time and worked my way up and like understood it. I like get it, and it's fun. I get why people play it. It's super fun, and the progression's great. I love earning pieces for my gun by getting more particular kills with that weapon. Then I can make that weapon better, and just I have that. That is my weapon.
Do you like the kill cams? I think
love kill cams. You learn a lot from kill cams, actually. That's how I basically learned how to play, is getting owned, and then like, whoa, look at what that guy did.
Owning me.
Yeah,
sometimes you don't get owned. Sometimes you're running at full speed. You run full speed into a room with 2 guys, start shooting them, and some guy just runs in behind you, and it's like, what was I supposed to do? I was taking on 2 different guys. I wasn't supposed to see the 3rd guy behind me, and like, so yeah, sometimes it's kind of nice as an excuse where I'm just like, okay, I'll give him that. That was. Yeah, I just, excuse me, sniper, I stopped for a second.
That's the difference between Battlefield and Call of Duty. I feel like in Call of Duty, it's a lot more people behind you. They're always behind you. You get shot in the back. And then Battlefield, you're just randomly running and you get sniped. So there's learning that to use the map, specifically in Call of Duty, to check your 6 is like the most, it's the difference in surviving.
And I think being able to like jet boost around midair really lends itself to that. I think it actually definitely helps with creating spatial awareness in front of and behind you. I really like it for that reason.
Yeah.
What do you like, Hubes?
So I'm kind of the same way as Kyle. I mean, I've played all the multiplayers, but first and foremost, I love the campaign. I love diving into the campaign. They really made it bigger, but at the same time made it more focused and scaled it back. There's not music blasting every 5 seconds. There's not an explosion happening. There are long, intimate sections of smaller encounters and more meaningful encounters. And, you know, you're going through with a couple guys, you kill a couple guys, and just these small-scale encounters that build up to that huge moment that everyone's always waiting for in Call of Duty. And I think they use those moments a lot better and in a way more impactful way. So I think that's the biggest thing that I'm getting out of this campaign right now. I haven't finished it yet, but it's already easily one of my favorite Call of Duty campaigns that I have personally played.
Have you done the stealth mission yet?
I had with the grapple.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's just go and handle this
Yeah.
however you want.
Yeah.
That was the
And I
craziest
groaned
thing.
when that mission started. I was like, no,
Yeah.
don't force me to, like the first drone spotted me, and then
Yeah.
like I tried to kill somebody else, or I tried to like shoot him, and that made noise, and I was like, oh god, and then just clicked, and I was like, I don't want to leave this party.
Yeah.
And spoiler alert, mute now if you don't want to hear the spoiler. First moment in that mission where you can actually kill Kevin Spacey.
Oh
Is
really?
that mission. You sneak in, you have to eavesdrop on the conversation, and it's Kevin Spacey and the doctor there.
Right.
And you have a chance to kill him. And if you kill him, the mission ends. It's like,
Oh,
you were discovered.
Oh,
but I mean,
that's okay.
he's there in person. You're like, I'm going to kill Kevin Spacey.
Irons. I'm gonna kill, what is it, Jeremy Irons? Is that his name?
Jonathan Irons.
Jonathan
It's
Irons.
close. But yeah, like switching over into the campaign. Traffic I loved. Atlas, the second mission, I think is probably one of my favorite Call of Duty missions ever.
Were you just getting used to your robot hand?
Yeah.
Actually, that has a great progression because it starts in the simulation,
Right.
and
The
ends in the
pacing is
simulation.
just so good.
Oh yeah, that's a really good mission. You're right. That's a good
And
one.
I thought it just kind of just commented on just playing first-person shooters and like getting better and like using items and stuff like that. Like it was such a great way to sell the fact that you can approach a situation differently. You know, that you play it one time and then get to reset everything and then play it again. And I was such a dummy when I went back and like played it like a second time, and I'm like, oh, of course this is a simulation. How did I not tell? You know, going in the first time.
There is something I want to nitpick about, and it's just taking shooters to the next level, taking video games to the next level.
Whoa,
Because
things
this
just
game-
got real, everybody. Did you feel it?
Because this, you can tell they don't want you to linger around too long to really look at things. If you start just standing there and looking at things, it's bizarre. Like when you get your hand fixed and the doctors are there, they're kind of just like staring at each other and then looking down and then staring at each other and not saying any words and looking down. Or the mission in the city when you're trailing Hades, there's like this woman sweeping and she's just like, you know, and then looks and then sweeps. So it's just like, oh, I wish they could just get those moments just way more detailed or take that to the next level.
See, I will add to that because, and the worst bit for me was, I call it the Frogger level,
Right.
frankly. And
Totally.
as soon as I say that, you guys all know what I mean. Pretty
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
When you're having a firefight across a highway, basically, and you're shooting in, like, there are people driving by and going 80 miles an hour, but not stopping for the big soldier with a huge gun.
Sure.
They just
you're
run right through you and keep going until you're dead. You just run into traffic.
Or like when your teammate is looking, you're standing in front of him, but he's talking to you by looking behind him. He's like, hey, you gotta go left, even though you're standing over
Right,
here.
Yeah, I guess
Just little things like that.
I'm way more enjoying multiplayer than that single player campaign, which I never thought I would. I think that it was good to bring in Kevin Spacey. It was good to take your story seriously, but I don't think they went all the way. I think it's still silly that like in the introduction of every chapter they have like here, look at the back of your exosuit, active, active, active. It's still very just like, it's still a video game. We got Kevin Spacey, it's still a video game. And so it's just like, you have to reel back on some of that if you want Kevin Spacey if we want us to take him seriously. It's still, I mean, it's Dumbtown, the story. It's real dumb. It's just like oh man, spoilers obviously, but just like, oh, it didn't affect us. I guess because he forgot to fire us. It's like, oh, what?
No. The biggest. I mean, yeah. I don't want to get into other spoilers, but there's a moment right at the very end of the game, literally like the very last bit, where you're like, why didn't you do that the whole time?
Yeah.
Where somebody's basically just like, I'm God, and it's like, then how did I ever fight you?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So yeah. But at the same time, I I could follow the story way more than I ever could. Like,
Sure, it does
there
have
were
that one
so many
protagonist,
Call of Duty
sure.
missions that I jumped into. And again, I'm not someone that's just like, duh, skip cinema, love stories, love voiceover, love acting, and video games. You know, like love trying to string together a narrative, especially when it's a challenge. When it's just like, well, we are a military shooter. Like, how do we make this all make sense? There were so many COD missions where I'm just like, I have no idea why I'm here.
so many
I don't even know
COD
who I
missions
am right now.
Yeah.
Because
There's
I'm
just
swapping around
so
playing
much
different
chaos.
people.
That's the thing, is that they toned it down. They just paced it out. So not too many
so at least that is a step in the right direction. But yeah, it is a game you're supposed to play very fast. You're supposed to run everywhere all the time. You don't want to stop and
not supposed
look
to
at the
explore.
details.
Don't look for those laptops. If you do, we're going to put a big warning on your screen that says you're exploring too much.
Right.
Yeah.
I actually noticed that you level up with intel, and I didn't grab one the first time I played through. I didn't find one intel.
So I love finding stuff like that. I think I found 10 out of 45. I was really disappointed in myself.
I didn't find one.
I want mute grenades to be in Metal Gear Solid.
Well, I want mute grenades. I want mute
mute
grenades to be in multiplayer. That'd be rad. I want grappling hook in
awesome.
multiplayer. I want
mute grenades to be in real life.
It's definitely the coolest tech.
Mute mines. So really quick to wrap things up, I thought the single player was really good, and the facial stuff works well sometimes in games. Like I said, Atlas is really fun. Kevin Spacey really sells that mission. I probably would give multiplayer the slighter edge between the two. SP or MP? What's your fave?
I think it has to be multiplayer just because, well, the stuff we talked about. You can't really replay the campaign all that well, but multiplayer will keep going as long as you're willing to be addicted to it.
Right.
Willing to be addicted is a funny phrase.
Yeah, just let it happen.
No,
just let it happen.
I had to choose not to play it anymore. I had to say no. Okay, I get it, no more, because otherwise
that
I'd
first Modern Warfare, I was like, what's happening to my body right now?
Yeah.
Like I can't.
Once
I
you
cannot
start getting
walk away from this game.
Once you're consistently doing matches where your kill to death is over 2, you just feel like the most baller dude in the world. And I got to be like, no.
During
no.
the whole 3-day review event, I was on top once. I was only right at the top of the match, and I pressed record. I'm like, making sure to get that clip. Okay, there we go. Just put that one for posterity. Make a wallet size. Keep it on me at all times. Multiplayer or single player, Huber?
Hard to compare the two, but I definitely think for the franchise, single player was a big step up.
Sure.
I think multiplayer is amazing, but single player was a huge improvement on previous entries, and especially Ghosts. Ghosts was probably Ghost to me was the worst Call of Duty campaign there's ever been. So this was a nice, refreshing step up.
That's a different Just Played. Yeah. Next Call of Duty we're getting is some weirdo thing, and then Advanced Warfare 2 in 2 years, probably.
Yeah.
Took them 3 years to make this.
It probably won't be some weirdo thing.
Well, there's 3 studios, right? So it's going to be.
It's probably going to be Black Ops 3. That's my guess.
Cool. Okay.
That'd be cool.
But the next Advanced Warfare we'll get sometimes later, because there's a quote at the end, but this is just the beginning.
Oh,
the
yeah.
last cinema.
It's
just the beginning.
That's the last line of your game.
Yeah. Just getting started, baby.
You know I don't like that.
This is the future.
Basically, to be continued.
Yeah.
James Bond will return.
I'm cool with James Bond will return because they always end with just looks like Christmas came early. That's hilarious. That's a good last line. But now it was just the beginning. That's a horrible
But are you
last
going to
line.
come back, Advanced Warfare 2? You down, Cal?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down to keep playing multiplayer.
All right.
I'm going to try to be not too much, but I'm down to play a little more.
Okay. Maybe when they eat more maps and stuff like that, check them out.
I get
The map trailers now for Let's All Go to the Trailers. You'll be so pumped.
I'll be
New
more
maps.
and more.
Look at those
I'll
maps.
have something invested.
I can't wait to double jump through those maps. Looking forward to it, guys. Thanks.
And that's where I come in.